if you ask anybody, if you say, there are some people who say, like, I'm not a good storyteller. I'm just not a good storyteller. And you go, oh, yeah. How did you meet? Tell me about the first time you met your spouse or your partner or your best friend. And suddenly these people turn into just the most amazing storytellers, right? Like, it was a Tuesday. It was raining. Gloria was over there. You know, like, they've got all the beats. They know specifically what how they tell that story. They know where the moments of silence are. They know where the emotions are. And it's a really great story. And why? Because it's really personal to them. It really means something to them. There's an outcome that we know about: best friend, wife, husband, partner, whatever. They know all the characters involved. They give the right amount of detail to the story so that people pay attention throughout, and the story moves along. It goes along from one thing to another. So those are the hallmarks of a great story. And so we are all great storytellers when we investigate and find the stories that we love to tell, the stories that mean something to us. Within organizations, there are really three types of stories that organizations tell. And, one is we have this outward story, which should be based in the brand narrative of this is what we believe and this is what we do to reinforce that belief. That's what every story should really talk about externally. Inside, the stories should be based on these are the behaviors that we acknowledge and celebrate inside this organization, because these behaviors in accumulation allow us to deliver the things we want to do. And so those internal stories are about building culture. It's acknowledging we believe in adding care to healthcare. And here's a story about when Susie did a thing to help a customer out. And so it reinforces repeatable behavior that helps us achieve the things we want to achieve. And the third type of story are the stories that people tell themselves. That, we all tell ourselves, reinforce stories. We remember key stories. And so it's training people to acknowledge and remember the moments where they succeeded, the moments where they were confident, the moments where they had fun, the moments where they were engaged, and to wrap those experiences in stories so they can tell those stories to themselves again. When you have people telling themselves great stories, they behave in positive ways. When you share those positive behaviors inside an organization, you get great culture. When you have a great culture focused on a sense of purpose, then you start to deliver amazing stories that you can tell your prospects and your customers.